Yo, that house victim atlas. You know, when you hear that, you know it's about to go down. It's house victims. They're killing it now. It's ons now. It's no more play. We're rocking right now because both these individuals had a significant impact within the music industry, especially the house industry back then, when house was still house, in South Africa, and it was the main thing to go was either house or nothing. And yo, what's up, everyone? We're back again with another episode of It's All About Deep with the one and only the Deepest. So, um, today we got a special video. First of all, I want to thank everyone for tuning in the first episode that we dropped. Technically, I don't know when I'm gonna release this one, but that we dropped on Tuesday. So today we're gonna react to something, not even react, but we're gonna speak about a two group duo that have been killing the house scene for longest time, like a very, very longest time. You know, we going back into the roots of where the whole deep house concept came from and how it was influenced by mainly house music, looking in the South African scalar or spectrum. So, yeah, for starters, I hope everyone's good and having a lovely day or had a lovely day and you're just keeping it going, and moving and just pushing forward. So, yeah, all right, intro done, whatever it is. But the two, sorry. So, let's speak about house victims. Who are house victims? You know, so depending on the age that you are currently in, or just the music experience that you had in the past, you should be familiar with the term house victim or with the group house victims. It was a duo that was formulated back in 2012, founded in 2012, a duo that had a collaboration of two DJs, which was Poizen and DJ Shiloi, if I'm not if I'm pronouncing it right. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, you should know by now I butcher names. And I'm sorry, I truly apologize for that. But, you know, House Victim was like the best duo to ever exist within the house spectrum. And it was formulated, as I said, back in 2012, by two DJ Shiloi and DJ Poizen. Two gents from, oh, I apologize for calling them gents. Those are hoodmans. Those are legends. It was two hoodmans who are from Limbombo, the Limbombo boys. They originally met in high school, and obviously, if we're taking it back to high school, that was like 2002, 2005. I just, you know, I don't think I understood what music actually meant during that time. But it was two gins, two hoodmans who originally met in like back in high school. And they both had different stories at the time. For DJ Shiloi, he started producing around the year, 2004. Since 2004, he started producing. And you can imagine during the time and period how much of an influence he got of making house music and just breathing the genre. Because I'm sure, speaking from my knowledge, like hearing most producer stories. They all start off at like producing hip hop beats. That's like the groundbreaking sense for back then. Because yeah, hip hop was the bang back then. But I'm pretty sure for his story, I'd love to have them both one day. You know, that's something we manifest. But for his story, he was a person I'm pretty much sure he first started within the house spectrum, because it was the bangers back then. It was the game to be in. It's either you in or out. It was the thing. It was the legit thing. So starting production or starting producing from that year, such a beautiful thing, because you can imagine how much experience someone gains from 2004 ranging to 2024. You know, that's a significant amount of experience that an individual gains, like 20 years of experience. So him and Poizen, Goodman Poizen, damn, I sure, guys, you'll see in the next video. So Goodman Poizen started producing in the year, you know, 2005. This is information I got from um I'll call it legitimate source on the website. So if I get it wrong, sorry about that, you know. But he started production in 2005, and you can see the year gap between them. But the duo that they formulated, it's something to not take lightly. It's something to not underestimate, because both these individuals had a significant impact within the music industry, especially the house industry back then, when house was still house, in South Africa, and it was the main thing to go. It was either house or nothing. And raging to now, where deep house is taking over the house spectrum, they still have a significant impact within the industry till today. And you can imagine of that, guys. Like, it's such a beautiful thing to witness and see for the sake of an individual, or two billion individuals who've been blessed with the talent and music of just producing beautiful music for the world, you know. And to tell the story a bit, you know, these guys have shared stage with the biggest legends within the South African music industry. They shared stage with Black Coffee. They shared stage with your Vinnie Da Vinci's. They've shared many, many stages with amazing legends of today who we cannot discredit. We know for a fact. Anyone who hears the term Vinnie Da Vinci, they know for a fact that's a legend. Anyone who knows the term DJ Crystals, they know for a fact that's a legend. Black Coffee, that's living legends that walk among us. They're not even legends. The term legend underestimates them. Living gods, man. Living gods. So, you know, this duo, House Victims, as I said, it was formulated in 2012. So they started production in different years, obviously. DJ Shiloh and Poizen, 2005, 2004, different years. But during they got together during high school, and then during high college or university, they went solo. But thank God for 2012, because they reunited and they gave us bangers after bangers after bangers. Music that we can't estimate today. Music that, if you hear it, you'll be surprised. For starters, listen to this track. This is a track by House Victims, which was released within the period of, it was ranging from my experience with it, because I've heard it within the period of 2012, 2013, ranging to 2014, but obviously on streams, because streams came on a later stage. Because back then, obviously, we all know CDs was the way, you know, selling copies of CDs was the way of going forward. And back then, with the influence of Mzansi House Africa, that was, yeah, yeah. yo, the Mzansi House Africa era. It was booming within the CD industry. Streams weren't a thing back then, ranging in those years of 2013 till like 2019, 18 day. You get your music via CDs. So the track originally got released in 2016 on streaming websites. But just hear this track. Damn, this is taking me back. This is taking me back. Damn, this is taking me back. I'm having like goosebumps and everything right now. So the title of this track, I'm sure everyone heard it from the moment you heard that atlas or whatever the term it's called. Da da yo, that house victim atlas. When you hear that, it's about to go down. It's house victims. They're killing it now. It's ons now. It's no more play. We're rocking right now. So this is a track that was released 2017. The title of the track was Amen 8 Prayer. Amen 8 Years Prayer. It was a tribute remix, if I'm not mistaken, to Emma Boys. I spoke about Emma Boys. See how much of the influence they had. Let's break down this track. Remember, we said in the first video, if you haven't tuned in, please tune in the first video. And don't forget to like and subscribe, please. I'm so new to this game and I forgot to mention those important components, but please like and subscribe, man. This is dope content and I'm sure you will love it. You guys will love it so much. So let's break down this track. Remember when we spoke about the originality of house music? You know, when house music came to be within a 1980, you know, the BPM would range between 120 to 120 to 130. And this track is a pretty good example of what house music used to be and what house music is still today, because its BPM is ranging at 123, which is a true, this is an originality of what house music is. This is an originality of what house music is from back then, how house music was formulated and how house music sounded back then. Because if you could hear the way the song is traveling, you know, you could taste, you can hear, you can feel that this is not just house music alone. This is fucking deep house and house music in its back on in its days when it had that kick. It still does today. I don't want to lie, but this is just showed the blueprint of where house music was going, deep house music in particular was going. Because Amen H.Year Prayer track is such a profound track. The structure of it, the melodies, how it was composed, how it was structured, you could tell that it wasn't structured by just people who just wanted to produce for the sake of producing. You could tell it was structured by people who had experience of production. And I'm 100% sure they knew when they created this track in the studio that this is the one, because this track made significant impacts in the years of between 2013 right up until 2016, 17. anyone who hears this track, they remember that Baller Room session by Black Coffee, where he was transitioning it with the song by Beetlebugs, if I'm not mistaken. I still remember you. And the way he transitioned the song, I kid you not, the you could feel how the atmosphere was there. You could feel that people were amazed. You could feel that, damn, okay, we are rocking, King. Like we are going somewhere. You know, Aiming Eight Prayers is a true explanation of how house music was. It's a true explanation of how house music was, and House Victims are the deepest duo to ever exist within the house spectrum. And just listening to everything, the melody of it, you could see and hear that this was how clubs used to be. We got there not for the sake of just to build social communication and whatnot. We got there to rock. We got there to enjoy music and to listen to something profound and to have fun and groove. You know, the house spectrum back then was profound, and House Victims had a significant impact within the house industry and deep house itself. Their impact did not just stop there. Till today, you know, we had we have like amazing things come from them. I know. So, continuing the story of House Victims. So they made headlines during those years, and there was a period I can't remember specifically where things went quiet. I think it was due to the Zanzi House Africa. Um, I don't know the perfect term to use for this, but the Mzansi House Africa thing that happened, I think it had to relate with streaming and moving to streaming and all those things. I don't have, and I'm not gonna comment on something that I don't know. But there was a period where they went quiet a bit. And during that period of them going quiet, we missed them, man. We missed them significantly. You could feel their space was like they left a void within the music industry. And they came back. They came back, I think it was their year 2022, if not 2020, 2022, if not 2023. Because why am I saying they came back during that year? I'm speaking from my own knowledge where they came back with a banger album. A banger album. A banger album, man. You know, um, what is it? The album was called House Victims Victimized or Victimized Volume 2. Guys, I think it has like 12 or 13 tracks. All of them are bangers, man. All of them are bangers. So, what is the significance of this, of what I'm telling you? There's something I wanted to mention in the last video that we spoke about. Oh, yeah. So there's this the evolution of deep house music from back then to deep house music of today. How it changed, the drastic significance that made all its melody and components change, influence of time, obviously. So deep house changed. You know, it went from traveling in a BPM of 123, 120 and above, 121 and above, to traveling in a much more slower tempo manner, ranging from 114 to 118, and that was beautiful to witness and beautiful to hear because the evolution of house, not a lot of people speak about it, the evolution of deep house music. And if there are one individuals that I knew or I know that display that evolution of how house music transitioned and just evolved from what it was before to what it is today, it is House Victims. Let me pay you this track, by House Victims within the Victimized album Volume 2. This is a beautiful album, guys, and it saddens me. I'm gonna tell you why. But listen to this. This is a song titled "I Need You" by House Victims, and it was dropped in a project by Destino. Was part of a compilation by a project by Destino, and I can't pronounce the other guy's name. But in 2022, there's a project that dropped a compilation which was titled Ultimate House. The title says it for itself, guys. I don't wanna lie. The title says it itself. If you would tune that, please check out that compilation, Destino compilation, Ultimate House, Ultimate House League. Mm. So this is a song that was part of that compilation, and trust me, guys, I don't wanna lie. The song made headlines. It's titled "I Need You." This is probably the best song to ever be created within the deep house spectrum. I I know I'm gonna say that a lot because all the music that I'm gonna recommend you guys or react to you guys or tell you about, in my experience, are probably the best song. And experiencing the song, the first time I heard it was on Tequila Gang, that usually drops on Fridays on YouTube. You know, I don't know, I don't remember the specific DJ who was playing, but oh, the first time I heard it was I heard it within the album. I heard the song alone. I was like, this song is different. And then the second time I heard it was in Tequila Gang. And when you hear something, my house hits over there, my deep house hits. If you hear something on Tequila Gang mix, you know it's a banger. Especially if a Tequila Gang mix is it's a um DJs are invited to mix in a specific club, and it's like just DJs mixing and DJing in clubs, and now we have people and it's recorded, and a song is a banger when more than three DJs in one video play that track. So listen to this. Wow. Wow. Man, now I see why I am a melomaniac. Because music evokes so much pleasure in the soul, you know, bring back good memories. But we're not there. So I want you guys to hear this. This is evolution itself. This is house victims. It's always beautiful to see people evolve with time because most of the occasions people jump to what's trending in time. And these guys they're true legends. They're true victims. They're true victims of house because they did something that so beautiful and profound. The way they evolved and the way they evolved with time and with how house music was. This is beautiful to see and listen to because this, this guys, this, this is amazing. You could hear from, let's start with the BPM. BPM dropped from how it was before for house victims of ranging in 120s and above to dropping to 115. You could hear that they incorporated today's elements, you know, the elements that you get within today's music and today's house music. The way the kick bass is well structured, the way the chords are flowing in a perfect melody. These guys are gifted. Protect these guys at all costs, you know. And personally, for me, I want to thank house victims. I want to thank each and every individual within the house spectrum. But house victims, they did something amazing, man. The structure of I Need You is a banger. I would hear it when I would drop it in the club or my first experience hearing it in the club. You know the song, but you Shazam it because you're like, is this the very same song that I know? That's how much of a kick it has towards the soul. House Victims created something beautiful here. And I love the way they evolved with time. I love the way they didn't just evolve with time and say, we're going to release something in today's time and see if it makes an impact within the music industry and see if people enjoy it, you know, and see if people still recognize the house victims or house victims that used to be. But they made a track that said, we're not going to see, we're going to make people know that this is house victims. We're going to show people that this is today's house. We're going to show people that this is music. This is proper music. This is deep house music at its fullest. Atomic instinct, bro. This is deep house music at its fullest. This is a beautiful track. I Need You is a beautiful statement of deep house. Its structure, its components, the way it travels towards a beat. It has that chord, that do 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 do. The way it's perfectly structured, it's not a chord that just has a flat um component to it, but it's a chord that's traveling towards the hype, that's traveling towards a beat. You could hear it from every section of the song from the beginning, because I paused it in the bridge, that it's traveling towards something. It's traveling, it's elevating you, it's taking you to the second step, the fourth step. It's going up, my guy. It's not standing still, it's going up. It's reaching a specific point. And this is beautiful. This is beautiful music from house victims. You know, I love I hope you guys now see the evolution of house. And house victims are a beautiful example of how evolution of house came about. And something so profound that I discovered. House music was an evolution from even back then. Take a track from them because I will take a track from like one of their old albums, drop it to today's BPMs, which is 115, 116, usually my BPM that I play with. And you could hear that, damn, these guys want an evolution now. These guys have been an evolution ever since. The music that they created back then is accommodating today now. Drop the BPM, taste expensive. It tastes different. It tastes like today's music. It tastes like something that they produce today and it's a banger. And that's a beautiful evolution of house music. That's a beautiful evolution. Shout out to house music, house victims, you know, shout out to them. DJ Shiloh and Poizen, you guys have made the game so profound. You've made the game beautiful. You've made a significant influence on us. And it saddens me because House Victimz actually broke up. You know, that's the sad part of it. But it wasn't like an intense breakup of any sort. You know, people just wanted to, individuals wanted to do their own thing, which as fans we all respect that. Cause DJ Poizen, as you can see here, um, after some time of thinking, he finally decided to like embark on a journey of his own. And it's sad to see a group break up, you know, that's your childhood heroes. But it's beautiful to also see them flourish as individuals. Because speaking from Poizen's perspective, tune in to the next video, you'll hear the music that he makes. It's a continuation of house music is and what deep house music is. So yeah, please don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. You know, follow us on the Let's Go Deep podcast and just have a good day and a blessed one. And we'll be in touch. It's your boy, the one and only, the deepest, signing out.